Welcome. This is a quick little tutorial on how to do the graphing and using table of values on a graphing calculator. Okay, first let's turn it on down here. We're going to y equals to enter an equation. I have chosen negative x to the third power, and then I use an arrow to get back to the main part. Notice I used the negative down here, not the minus sign, because the calculator recognized that's a negative number, not a subtraction. So you have to do that. And then if you did subtracting later, if you had another one of the others negative, it would be subtracting. Anyway, when you lead off an equation, you have to use this key down here if it's net minus. And then plus 4x plus 3. That's the equation we're going to graph right now. I'm going to press the graph button, and that's what it looks like. And what I see is a cubic. It has a valley here, it comes back up, and a hill here, so it turns twice. And down here, it just touches the x-axis, it looks like. That's what we call double root. If it had gone down further, we'd have 2 points here that would hit the x-axis, but there's only one, so it counts twice. And then comes up here, and then there's a point here between, it looks like 2 and 3 on the tick marks. So this is the minimum, relative minimum value. This is the relative maximum value. And the zeros are the place it hits where y equals 0 along the x-axis. Now we're going to see some of that in the table of values. Press the second button and the graph button because it has table underneath, or not on top of it, which means it's the second function. And here we have the integers here. I have it starting at -1, and the y value with that is 0. In fact, I want to go up a little. Oops, back here because it's with the x's, you have to go up. If you notice at -3, the y value is 18. At -2, it's a 3. It's going down. It goes to -1, it goes to 0, and then it goes back up. So the y value goes to 18, to 3, to 0, to 3, and then to 6. And when it goes down to 0, that's its lowest point. So this is the minimum value, the lowest point. It also hits the x-axis there, and it doesn't go past it, so it's a double root. So -1 is essentially a root twice. So it's like -1 twice on it. And then we keep going. What I see is that at 1, we're at a 6, because for the y values, we went from 3 to 6 to 3, so that's a high value, and goes down again. This is that maximum value, the hill part. When I go back over here, that's that top of the hill there, 1 and 6. Okay, back to the table values. And then I see down here a change of sign. The y value goes from 3 to -12, and that means that over for the x's, it's between 2 and 3. On the x-axis, it's between 2 and 3 where it crosses the x-axis, so there is a 0 in between there. And you see that on here because it's between 2 and 3 on the tick marks. All right? So that's how you use the table of value. Doing this saves you a lot of time from putting each of those x values into the equation and calculating it out. And you have some problems at times that require you to actually show the points. So you can enter this x and y, and that x and y, and that x and y, and that x and y. You got some points. Right? That helps with a number of different types of problems. Now I want to show you that you can change the window of how it looks. Right now I'm going from -10 here to +10 there, and -10 for the y's and up to +10s. If I wanted to change it, I would use this window one. I don't want to right now, so I'm going to leave that, but I could change the x's, minimum, maximum, and the y's, and the scale we usually leave at 1 unless we have a real big reason not to. But look at the table function and table set. I can do that if I want to change how the numbers are set up here. Right now we're going by 1 for every x. I could choose to go by a half or by 0.5 every time and look at what happens. And then we're going -3 to -2.5, -2, -1.5, -1, a half, 0, and so on, and it gives you the y values for that. So that can be really useful sometimes. So if you don't like it, you just go back and you go to here, and that little symbol is the math science symbol, delta, meaning change, that little triangle. And it's the change of the table, the change each time. So it changes by 1 each time. So now you see how to get the table. Well, first You know how to put and enter an equation, and you know about the negative or minus sign issue for that. You press graph to see what it looks like, and then you use the second and graph or table one to get a table of values, which is very useful in many ways. And then you can change the window or the table set by using those. I hope that helps to understand and see one of these worked out that way, where I could use it in different ways. And thanks for watching.